196 Ontario Street, St. Catharines, December 1, 1941. Dear Margie, arrived home last night, or really the morning, about 1 a.m., and I was really ready for bed. The bus was too hot to sleep, so I just yawned all the way over. Gosh, the weekend seems short, dear. I feel that I just rode over, saw you, and came back. When I'm with you, time travels too darn fast. I wonder what kind of pace time we'll set after we are married. I'll bet we make the old calendar fairly smoke. I'm afraid we are in a rather hilarious house. When we arrived, the whole household was in one of the chaps' rooms, killing a bottle. The old lady was as high as a kite and hinted to us to get more liquor, but we didn't bite, told her we didn't drink. It didn't seem very convincing with the two empties outside the door, but they know that we aren't suckers. Put in a good day at work today, built a door and took all day to do it. Just finished about 5:30 and chewed the fat with the boss for the other half hour. He wanted to know why we left camp, so I told him straight. He said he didn't blame us, but hoped we would be back about Christmas. I don't know exactly what he meant, but if I last until Christmas, I won't care, as there are a couple of big jobs starting a couple of miles from here, and one is held by the same contractor that I work with on the bridge, so I can always go to them again. Well, darling, this isn't much of a letter, I know, but I have really nothing to write about unless I started telling you just how much I love you and what you mean to me. But I haven't enough paper, neither has St. Catharines. Write soon, darling, all my love. As ever. Roger XXX. 196 Ontario Street, St. Catharines, December 4, 1941. Dear Margie, just a few lines, dear. Your letter received today, but didn't get a chance to read it until now. This is school night, and it's one wild rush home and out again to make it by 7 o'clock. Got a letter from home as well. Mother is some better. She is allowed to be up for an hour each day but must stay upstairs. She feels pretty blue. I'm afraid just Ted and Joyce are home, although Dawn gets home about once a month for the weekend. She keeps asking me if I am coming home for Christmas, so guess I had better go. They moved at the camp today. That is the cookhouse. Breakfast in the tents and dinner in the new dining room, you can imagine, is neat. Raleigh and I stood ready with full equipment, ready to bang in the odd nail or hook, etc. After dinner we built extra shelves, racks, etc. It sure was nice, handy to the pies and cakes. The boss came in suddenly and asked me how I was getting along and started to laugh. He saw the funny side of things too and asked for a piece for himself. We had 3 pies in a drawer. So Raleigh, the master mechanic, he and I cleaned up on one of them. There is no need to say I couldn't eat my dinner tonight. In fact, I'm still uncomfortable. See what a glutton you are to marry, dear. You had better start practicing on pies, apple preferred. Got results on 2 tests in estimating, over 80% in both cases, so I feel pretty chesty about it. Started using regular estimating forms tonight. It makes it much easier to set the work up and handy to check. I hope the snaps are good, dear, especially the one of you. Do you realize the snaps I have of you are over a year old, with but 2 exceptions, one taken of you and I in the back lawn and the other one taken at Sunnyside? That will never do. I might forget what you used to look like way back in 1941. Just imagine that. I can't. Well, darling, it's getting late. In fact, it is late. I wanted to finish this so I can get the enclosure away to you in the morning. I am glad you asked me for it, dear. You see, you might as well get used to it first as last. Write soon, dearest, all my love. As ever. Roger XXX. 196 Ontario Street, St. Catharines, December 7, 1941. Dear Margie, just a line, darling, to tell you that I have mailed a small gift to Barb and Peter in care of you. You see, I don't even know Barb's name. Imagine how foolish I felt when the salesgirl asked me for the name. She gave me a rather funny look, so I had to call you to the rescue. Had my palm read the other night, son of a gun, he hit the nail on the head. I will have to tell you about it next weekend, but right now this is all the paper I have. 1 sheet, and Raleigh is away this afternoon, so I'm all alone. Gosh. Guess Eleanor and you are having quite a conflab about this time. Don't talk, darling. Well, Margie, this is just a note, but you see it's extra, so you can't say a thing to me this time. I'll be expecting your letter Monday or Tuesday, dear. In the meantime, I love you, dearest. As ever. Roger XXXX.